What is that black hole? It looks interesting. Master Yang Chen, do you know about the spirit tree treasury? There's yummy food there. It's a pity that old Sher was useless. He couldn't even find me a snack. Oh right, Master Yang Chen, I have a sworn enemy. It's a stinky iron guy. That damn bastard dared to, he actually dared to. When we get out, you have to avenge me. Master Yang Chen, I forgot to tell you, that stinky iron guy is very violent. You're too skinny. You need to eat more. When you're full, you'll be able to beat that stinky iron guy. Yang Chen's head was buzzing. Atre was just spouting nonsense that either made no sense or was incredibly childish. Even Elder Ron was speechless. The spirit of the Divine Fire Spirit Core was not only an idiot, but also incredibly childish. He was so childish that he was practically a walking disaster. Yang Chen was so annoyed by Atre that he regretted refining the Divine Fire Spirit Core. If he had to deal with this kind of nonsense all the time, he might as well just give up. Yang Chen tried to reason with Atre, but it was like talking to a brick wall. He didn't understand the meaning of logic. In the end, Elder Rome stepped in and managed to quiet Atre with some method. Another 3 days passed. According to the map, Yang Chen estimated that he would leave the cursed forest in half a day. Except, suddenly, as Yang Chen was about to pass through a dense part of the woods, he heard a warning from Elder Rong. Be careful, master. At the same time, Yang Chen saw a sea of flowers appear in front of him. The dazzling blue flowers filled his vision. According to the map, he needed to step on these bright flowers to move forward. But as soon as he saw the light blue flowers, Yang Chen felt a faint warning. Danger. Yang Chen suddenly realized what was going on and took a deep breath. This is, the poison mist flower. Yang Chen's expression turned grim as he remembered he had inhaled some of the fragrance. The poison mist flower was a type of true poison. It was said that one could smell its fragrance and lose their soul, which was referring to this flower. The fragrance of this flower could directly erase the spirit and soul of a living being. In other words, the poison could destroy one's divine sense and soul force. Knowing this, Yang Chen activated his Saint Truth Origin technique and carefully examined his soul force and divine sense. Fortunately, only a little bit of his divine sense and soul force was eroded. Yang Chen shuddered in fear. If Elder Rong hadn't warned him in time, he might have stepped into the poison mist flowers and died without even realizing it. That old geezer is too evil. He actually planted so many poison mist flowers here. Is this even a safe path? After a while, Yang Chen calmed himself down. Now, the problem was, should he find a way to cross this terrifying poison mist flower field, or should he go back and leave this terrifying forest? He had already obtained the Divine Fire Spirit Core, so he hadn't really lost anything, but if he wanted to cross the poison mist flower field, it would be incredibly difficult. Although Yang Chen recognized the poison mist flower and knew how to restrain its poison, he couldn't do it at the moment. The best way to restrain the poison was with the maternal bone pill, but he didn't know the recipe or how to refine it. Just as Yang Chen was at a loss, Atre, who had been silent for 2 days, spoke. Sleeping was so comfortable. I haven't slept in ages. It felt so good. Your method was actually quite effective. My spirit force is getting stronger. Atre giggled. Hearing Atre's idiotic laughter, Yang Chen felt a headache coming on. He asked Elder Rong, Atre, you're the spirit of a treasure core, right? Do you remember any pill recipes? Pill recipes. Atre paused, then replied in a very arrogant tone, Old Master Rong, I know tons of recipes. I remember all the pill recipes that my previous owner used to make. I even know some of the special techniques and methods for making special pills. How about it? Am I great? I, Atre, am amazing. Yang Chen immediately asked, Atre, do you know the recipe for the maternal bone pill? Maternal bone pill. Atre thought for a moment, clearly trying to remember. After a moment, Atre exclaimed, Master Yang Chen, I remember it. Maternal bone pill. It's a very special pill, because it only has one ingredient. Panju root. And the way to make it is really strange. You actually have to. Before Atre could finish speaking, Yang Chen interrupted. Panju root. I actually have quite a lot of it. Yang Chen was even more surprised that the legendary maternal bone pill only had one ingredient. It was almost unbelievable. This was a very unusual pill. Yang Chen could tell that the refining process must be extremely difficult. Atre, you said the method of refining the maternal bone pill was strange. What did you mean? He. Atre grinned proudly, Master Yang Chen, to refine the maternal bone pill, you need to char the fresh Panju root with spiritual fire. Then, condense it into a paste. That was it. What? Yang Chen was stunned. This wasn't just difficult, it was practically impossible. Charring the Panju root with spiritual fire. Was he joking? What kind of control would one need for that? If one lost control, the root would turn to ashes. And even if he managed to char the Panju root, it wouldn't be easy to condense it into a paste. It would not only require exceptional control over fire, but also incredibly precise divine sense. Yang Chen finally understood why it was called the maternal bone pill, because the charred Panju root looked just like bone ash. They looked exactly the same. Elder Rong was also shocked. He said, "Master, although this place is dangerous, it's definitely full of hidden opportunities. Haven't you noticed? You obtained the divine fire spirit core and then encountered the poison mist flower. It's clearly meant to make you become a master pill refiner." Indeed, Yang Chen thought, Elder Rong's analysis makes sense. Panju root. I also saw a small Panju forest. This is all designed so carefully, step by step. Helpless, Yang Chen had to retreat to a safer place before summoning the divine fire spirit core to attempt to char the Panju root. After ruining several Panju roots, Yang Chen stopped. He was too unfamiliar with his spiritual fire, the flame from his divine fire spirit core. It was too powerful. No matter how many roots he had, it was all useless. It seemed he needed to start by familiarizing himself with his spiritual fire. Fortunately, his storage ring still contained plenty of low-level herbs. After calming his mind, he began to refine low-level pills. It had to be said that, although Atre was an idiot, as the spirit of a spiritual treasure, he was a genius instructor when it came to pill refining, unmatched by anyone. With Atre's detailed instructions, Yang Chen's pill refining skills improved rapidly. In just 10 days, he was able to refine high-quality soul condensing pills. Although the soul condensing pill was a low-grade pill, it could slightly increase the soul force of cultivators who were below the heaven realm. Yang Chen also developed a strong interest in pill refining and decided to refine high-level pills, starting with the simplest True Qi pill. The True Qi pill was one of the most commonly used pills for cultivators in the heaven realm. Its only effect was to improve the quality of the True Qi in the Dantian. With Atre's help, Yang Chen transformed completely in a short time and became a master pill refiner. Even refining the True Qi pill was extremely challenging. At the same time, his fire control techniques and precise divine sensibilities also greatly improved. Time flew by. 3 months passed in a blink of an eye. Yang Chen's pill refining skills had drastically improved. He could now easily refine soul forging pills, a high-level pill in the heaven realm. Even cultivators in the 5 elements realm sought it. Yang Chen had learned many true pill recipes from Atre and Elder Rong, but he was lacking in ingredients. For now, he could only refine soul forging pills, which could refine and enhance his divine sense. With the current pill refining standards in the Eastern continent, Yang Chen could definitely be considered a master pill refiner, but it still wasn't enough. He had tried many times, but still failed to successfully char the Panju root. He was almost out of the roots. Helpless, Yang Chen had to retrace his steps and go back to the Panju forest. Luckily, there were no dangerous formations in this small Panju forest. So, while digging out Panju roots, Yang Chen tried to refine the maternal bone pill. To Yang Chen's surprise, he succeeded on his first try. He actually succeeded. He had successfully charred a section of the Panju root. Unfortunately, because he was too excited, he failed during the condensation process. But even so, Yang Chen was still incredibly happy. Strange. Not only Yang Chen felt it was strange, but Elder Rong did as well. Was it because the Panju root here was different, or was the Panju root from the Firegate Mountain special? Why was it so difficult to char the roots he collected at the Firegate Mountain, while the roots here could be charred so easily? Yang Chen had no idea that there was also a requirement for the Panju root needed for the maternal bone pill. It had to be fresh. In other words, the Panju root used to refine the maternal bone pill had to be freshly dug. Too lazy to dwell on it, Yang Chen dug out another Panju root. After calming his mind, just as he had expected, he easily charred it. Now he needed to focus all his mind. Yang Chen was extremely careful to control his divine sense and spiritual fire, and began to refine the charred root with great caution. After spending almost half a day, Yang Chen suddenly smiled. The small, dark pill that was now floating on the divine fire spirit core made him incredibly happy. That's right. Yang Chen had succeeded. He had successfully refined the maternal bone pill. To be safe, Yang Chen dug out a few more Panju roots and continued to refine maternal bone pills. This thing was too useful, it was best to have a few more just in case. Only when he had successfully refined 10 maternal bone pills did he stop and head towards the poison mist flower field again. Yang Chen swallowed a maternal bone pill and quickly refined its power. Then he used his divine sense to apply it to his body, creating a protective barrier. Then, with utmost caution, Yang Chen stepped into the flower field. As expected, any poison mist that touched the protective barrier around Yang Chen automatically dissolved. The poison mist flower field was too dangerous. Yang Chen quickly moved forward, carefully avoiding the flowers. He successfully crossed the poison mist flower field. That's done. Yang Chen looked at the map. He knew that the exit was not far ahead. Finally, he was about to leave this cursed, terrifying forest. However, the map clearly showed that after leaving the forest, he would enter a desert. And, on the desert was a marking of a red skull. Yang Chen knew that there would definitely be more dangerous trials awaiting him ahead. Perhaps because it had seen Yang Chen's transformation, Elder Rome was in a good mood and said, "Master, a true warrior is not bound by one's intent. Those who dominate the endless void, which of them isn't a master at every aspect? Don't look down on the various kinds of skills. Whether it's the Tao of pills, righteousness, qi, you not only need to refine it, but also to excel in it. In critical moments, these unorthodox abilities can truly save your life." If Elder Rome had said this before, Yang Chen would have ignored it. But now, he clearly realized it. It seemed he should really learn about array formations. Yang Chen had made up his mind. Soon after, Yang Chen left the forest. Gazing ahead, the vast expanse of snow stretched endlessly. The desolate desert was filled with pits, rocky forests, and withered grass, exuding an eerie aura. Comparing with the route on the map, Yang Chen moved forward. But, as he took his first step, he suddenly found that the scenery in front of him had changed drastically. Where was the desolate desert? He had actually appeared in a dark underground cavern. The surroundings were dark, with eerie bones piled high. He saw a giant skeleton, its empty sockets staring directly at him. Stepping on bones, the giant was gradually approaching Yang Chen. The giant was terrifying beyond compare. It was stronger than any expert Yang Chen had ever met. At that moment, he was completely locked down. The blood in his body began to coagulate, and the surrounding space began to solidify. An extremely uncomfortable feeling of oppression made Yang Chen taste the bitterness of facing impossible odds. The giant was getting closer. He felt like he could be crushed into the bones beneath his feet at any moment. At the critical moment, Yang Chen roared and used his divine eye. At that moment, there was no cavern, no bones, and no terrifying giant. Before him was a desolate patch of sand, with just a few withered grasses. A change of scenery, Yang Chen understood. But at the same time, Yang Chen felt a headache. This change of scenery was incredibly peculiar. It only had one focal point and was constantly moving, with the movement covering the various parts of the giant's body. Sometimes the focal point was in the eyes, sometimes in the forehead, sometimes in the palm of the hand, and sometimes on the giant's knee. And the changing speed was very fast. Damn! Yang Chen was shocked. This kind of bizarre array was the first he had ever encountered. If he hadn't had his divine eye, he would have been trapped in this array and died. It was too terrifying. Not having time to think, Yang Chen immediately summoned the black wooden arrow and locked onto the ever-changing focal point on the giant, using zero space slash. Whoosh! A ray of sharp light shot out from the black wooden arrow. In the next moment, it struck the giant's forehead. Whoosh! The environment began to collapse. The intense energy fluctuated, and the desolate desert scenery returned. But before him, a black ancient arrow was floating, less than a meter away. Waiting for a moment, and finding no abnormalities, Yang Chen cautiously took a step forward and grabbed the black arrow. His divine sense entered the arrow and he suddenly understood. The ancient arrow recorded a formation. The Lesser Illusion Array. So that's how it was. Yang Chen understood. If he was right, the changes in this desert were all caused by various array formations. Even if he had the correct route, if he wanted to pass through, he had to break through each and every array formation. And every time he broke a formation, he would get an ancient arrow, which contained the essence of the formation. Having experienced the power of the Lesser Illusion Array, Yang Chen couldn't wait to start understanding it. He had to completely master this bizarre and powerful illusion array. Once he learned it, he would have another method of defense. As for array formations, Yang Chen had already started studying them after becoming the disciple of Qian Biguang in the 5 academies. He could easily suppress even the most complex array formations, and was even praised as an array formation genius by Qian Biguang. But later, due to various changes in his focus on improving his strength and cultivation, he no longer had the time to study array formations. However, no human cultivator is unfamiliar with array formations. The difference is only how much effort they put into studying them. The basis of array formations lies in array inscriptions. Generally speaking, the more powerful and complex an array formation is, the more complex the array inscriptions that compose it are. Some massive, complex arrays are composed of countless array inscriptions, which are extremely difficult to understand. But, this was the first time Yang Chen had ever seen such a simple change of scenery with a single array inscription, yet with such power. Yang Chen focused his mind and started studying the Lesser Illusion Array. The more he studied, the more serious he became. The Lesser Illusion Array was more like a lesser array inscription. It was extremely simple, yet contained incredibly powerful force. If Yang Chen had studied it step by step, based on his previous methods, it would have taken him about a month to completely master the Lesser Illusion Array. But Yang Chen's 5 divine stars were too abnormal, triggering the ability of understanding things quickly. He spent less than 3 days to completely master the Lesser Illusion Array. Due to his current level of divine sense, the Lesser Array inscriptions he carved could also unleash the power of the Lesser Illusion Array. However, it was still far from the array inscriptions made by experts. But even so, the Lesser Array inscriptions that Yang Chen had created, if activated, could definitely trap ordinary nascent soul realm cultivators. After witnessing the wonders and power of array formations, Yang Chen felt a sense of anticipation. He was eager to encounter more powerful array formations in this desolate place. Illusion array formations were only for trapping enemies. He yearned to encounter some powerful killing array formations. Once he mastered them, he would have more methods and trump cards for fighting enemies in the future. After walking about meters, Yang Chen stopped. His eyes were cold as he stared at the front. Although there was nothing but sand and withered grass, with no sign of energy fluctuations, Yang Chen instinctively felt a faint sense of danger. Yang Chen, having mastered the Lesser Illusion Array, didn't plan to use his divine eye at first. Instead, he unleashed his divine sense to carefully perceive his surroundings. The divine eye was extremely powerful, but it also had its drawbacks. One drawback was that it hindered his perception of the array formations. Another, and more important, drawback was that if he became too reliant on the divine eye, what if it was restricted? Then, facing powerful formations, it would be extremely difficult for him. It was better to use this opportunity to improve his sensory abilities in array formations. Strangely, Yang Chen used his divine sense and tried to perceive the area for an incense stick of time, but he didn't find any energy fluctuations. Was it because his array formation perception was too poor, or was the array formation hidden here too advanced? After much hesitation, Yang Chen made a decision. There were 2 ways to break a formation, one from the outside and one from the inside. If he couldn't break it from the outside, then he would force his way through. Of course, forcefully breaking into a formation was very risky. With a resolute look, Yang Chen stepped forward. Swoosh! At the instant the scene before him changed, Yang Chen's hair stood on end. He felt an intense sense of danger. 7 terrifying rays of light appeared around him, locking him down and attacking him. These rays of light were extremely powerful, each one comparable to the full power attack of a nascent soul realm expert. Elder Rong, be careful! Yang Chen roared loudly. Okay. A yellow light barrier appeared around Yang Chen. Boom! Boom! The terrifying rays of light struck the light barrier. Nerve-killing array. Elder Rong yelled, Master, quickly break the array. The power of the nerve-killing array will continue to increase. Yang Chen, hearing Elder Rong's warning, didn't dare to hesitate and immediately used his divine eye. But, he was dumbfounded. He didn't see any array focal points at all. How was this possible? How could such a terrifying killing array not have a focal point? Whoosh! Whoosh! At this time, more rays of light appeared in the array space. They were even more powerful, locking onto Yang Chen and attacking him. Damn! Yang Chen exclaimed. This time, he saw the array focal points. And there were 7 of them. Each ray of light that was attacking him contained an array focal point and was moving at high speed. What kind of trick is this? The array focal points can actually move during the attack. This is unheard of. Yang Chen, not having time to think, immediately used his zero space slash. The flash of light accurately struck one of the rays of light. Boom! The focal point contained within the beam of light exploded with terrible energy. The other 6 rays of light struck his light barrier. However, to Yang Chen's surprise, the array formation didn't collapse after he broke one of the focal points. Damn it! Yang Chen saw that 6 more rays of light had appeared in the sand pit, and they were even more powerful. By this point, Yang Chen understood that this killing array was more terrifying than he imagined. If he hadn't had his light barrier, he would have had no chance of survival. Whoosh! Yang Chen, not daring to hesitate, used zero space slash again to break the focal point. As expected, the killing array didn't collapse until all 7 focal points were broken. Phew! As the world returned to the desolate desert, Yang Chen was covered in cold sweat. Damn! He exclaimed, he felt lucky. If he hadn't had the light barrier, if he hadn't had the divine eye, he would have been in big trouble. Such a terrifying killing array, even a nascent soul realm expert would have trouble breaking through all of its focal points. They would have been doomed. But when Yang Chen saw a black arrow floating not far in front of him, he was excited again. Such a terrifying killing array. If he could master it, wouldn't he be able to trap and kill even nascent soul realm experts? Yang Chen was in disbelief at the power of array formations. Whoosh! Yang Chen grabbed the black arrow and couldn't wait to activate his divine sense and explore it. 7 slashes to take a life. This was an array formation with 7 strikes. The name was truly terrifying. After examining the array, Yang Chen was starting to get a headache. It was too difficult. The 7 slashes to take a life killing array contains 7 array inscriptions. Yang Chen spent a good part of the day just trying to understand the first inscription. Forget about mastering it, he couldn't even understand the basics. Could such a killing array really be mastered? It's supposed to be difficult. Otherwise, how could it be so powerful? Thinking about what he had faced in the 7 slashes to take a life-killing array, Yang Chen wasn't discouraged. He activated his 5 divine stars and entered a state of comprehension. Focusing on the black ancient arrow. Even while in his state of heightened comprehension, it took Yang Chen 3 days to understand the first array inscription. What was even more problematic was that, compared to the first inscription, the second inscription was much more obscure and contained some spatial variations. Fortunately, although Yang Chen wasn't a divine realm cultivator, he was familiar with spatial techniques, thanks to his study of the zero space slash and zero space travel. So he understood the spatial intricacies to some extent. Time quietly disappeared in the desolate desert. Yang Chen sat motionless like a statue. A month had passed. Suddenly, Yang Chen moved. His tightly closed eyes opened, and a look of excitement appeared in his eyes. He had finally succeeded. After spending an entire month, he had finally successfully comprehended all 7 array inscriptions of the 7 slashes to take a life-killing array. He couldn't imagine how long it would have taken if he hadn't had his 5 divine stars to trigger the ability of understanding things quickly. At least 3 years in normal circumstances. Yang Chen took out some low-grade spirit stones and began to carve array inscriptions. That's right, the inscriptions of the 7 slashes to take a life-killing array required at least low-grade spirit stones to work. This meant that to create a single 7 slashes to take a life-killing array required at least 7 low-grade spirit stones. After successfully carving a set of array inscriptions, Yang Chen tested its power. He was a little disappointed. With his current level of divine sense, the 7 slashes to take a life-killing array that he had carved could only trap nascent soul realm cultivators. But that was good enough. He had to remember that he was still only at the martial king realm. If he could use the 7 slashes to take a life-killing array to trap a nascent soul realm cultivator, that was amazing. Array formations are truly terrifying. In the past, Yang Chen hadn't paid much attention to array formations. But now, his perspective had completely changed. He not only had to learn array formations, but he had to reach a high level of proficiency in them. From now on, array formations would become one of his main trump cards. Looking at the desolate desert in front of him, Yang Chen was now more cautious. Before the 7 slashes to take a life-killing array, if he hadn't been so reckless and forced his way into the killing array, he would never have been in such danger. He now clearly understood that when breaking array formations, he should always try to do it from the outside. Comparing his position with the map, Yang Chen continued to move forward, without using his divine eye. He didn't want to experience another dangerous situation. However, to Yang Chen's confusion, he walked carefully for nearly a kilometer and didn't find any array formations or even a faint sense of danger. This is not right. This is too abnormal. He refused to believe that there wouldn't be any array formations. This was such a vast desert. There were only 2 array formations that he had encountered, the Lesser Illusion Array and the 7 slashes to take a life-killing array. There had to be more. Therefore, Yang Chen, every step he took, would use his divine sense and activate his divine eye. He walked another kilometer, and still didn't find anything. Damn it! Could the path behind the desert really be safe? Definitely not. Yang Chen was certain of this. This place was said to be the inheritance grounds of the Eastern Ancestor, and there must be great treasures stored within it. After walking slowly for 3 days, Yang Chen finally breathed a sigh of relief when he saw a gray stone tablet in front of him. Finally, something. If I didn't encounter anything, I would have thought that I was going crazy. His tense nerves relaxed slightly. With a cold, determined gaze, Yang Chen activated his divine eye, focusing on the gray stone tablet ahead. What? Yang Chen was in disbelief. A real stone. Under the power of the divine eye, the gray stone tablet was just a normal stone tablet. Even the material was very ordinary. This is not right. This is too abnormal. But the divine eye wouldn't be wrong. Is the old Eastern Ancestor not following the rules? Or, is he just toying with me? Yang Chen felt that things wouldn't be so simple. If he could just pass through this desert so easily, wouldn't that be too convenient? Thus, the tension that Yang Chen had just relaxed was immediately renewed. He continued to move forward slowly, 1 step at a time. With each step he took, Yang Chen would activate his divine eye, causing his divine sense to be rapidly consumed. Ahead of him was a sand pit, a very large one. After reaching the edge of the sandpit, Yang Chen stopped and carefully compared his current location with the map. The route is correct. I have to get through this sandpit. However, when Yang Chen looked down, he was stunned. Another stone tablet had appeared. A gray stone tablet. Under the power of his divine eye, the gray stone tablet at the bottom of the sandpit was still just a very ordinary stone tablet. After descending into the sandpit, there were still no array formations. No, there has to be something strange about this sandpit. Yang Chen checked the gray stone tablet at the bottom of the sandpit many times. Fine. Unable to restrain himself, Yang Chen roared and smashed his fist down on the gray stone tablet. How could a normal gray stone tablet withstand the full force of Yang Chen's attack? It instantly shattered. However, a black ancient arrow flew out from the shattered stone tablet. Darn it! Yang Chen smacked his head. He wished he could give himself a slap. The old man is not following the rules. The gray stone tablet indeed posed no threat. There was no array formation, but it held a hidden opportunity. Looking at the black ancient arrow floating in front of him, Yang Chen knew that it must contain a complete and powerful array formation. He had been too cautious and missed a chance with the previous gray stone tablet. Grabbing the black ancient arrow, he let his divine sense enter it. As expected, the black ancient arrow contained a powerful array formation. A killing array, at that. Soul-killing array. Just hearing the name made one feel terrified. He put the black ancient arrow in his storage ring and turned around to head back. He turned to look for the gray stone tablet had missed. What gray stone tablet? It was a huge opportunity. It's here, he thought. But when Yang Chen arrived at the desolate spot, he was stunned. His instincts were sure that it was here, but where was the gray stone tablet? It was gone. After a thorough search, Yang Chen realized that the gray stone tablet was gone. It seemed that missed opportunities couldn't always be found again. Damn it, those old guys' minds are too hard to guess. Helpless, Yang Chen returned to the sandpit. He wasn't in a hurry to move on. He started to study the soul sand formation at the bottom of the pit. As soon as he began to study the formation, Yang Chen's face fell. How could there be such a poisonous formation? He couldn't believe that the soul sand formation was so terrible, because once you entered the soul sand formation, the formation would continuously devour your spirit and soul power. The scariest thing was that the more spirit and soul power the formation devoured, the more terrifying it became. Any cultivator, when trapped, needed to use their spirit sense to examine the formation to find the flaws and break through it. But in the soul sand formation, your spirit sense would be devoured as soon as it was released. How could anyone break it? It could be said that the soul sand formation was even more terrifying than the seven slaying formation. But strangely, Yang Chen found it much easier to comprehend than the seven slaying formation. He mastered it completely in just 9 days. After mastering the soul sand formation, Yang Chen was filled with anticipation. Unfortunately, whether it was because Old Man Dongshi didn't leave any more formations in the desert, or because of Yang Chen's luck, Yang Chen traveled according to the map for half a month without any gains. Instead of more desert, the front was a strange stone forest. The scorching hot air made Yang Chen sense incredibly dense, violent fire energy. After comparing it with the map, Yang Chen took a deep breath. This stone forest was more of a huge natural maze. Without the map, Yang Chen would likely get lost because he sensed the familiar formation aura at the entrance of the stone forest. It's a minor illusion formation. It won't be easy to get through this stone forest. After resting for a short while, Yang Chen entered the stone forest. The minor illusion formation at the entrance was easily broken. After entering the forest, Yang Chen became more cautious, because the fire energy within was unusually strong. Could there be a fire treasure hidden inside? Yang Chen, now familiar with Old Man Dongshi's tricks, knew that if there was a fire treasure in the stone forest, there would definitely be a trap waiting for him. Following the route marked on the map, Yang Chen traveled thousands of meters into the forest. He didn't encounter any danger, nor did he see any fire treasures, let alone any traps. Could I be wrong? Is this just an ordinary forest with dense fire energy? Yang Chen doubted his previous assumption. Suddenly, the old voice reminded him, and Yang Chen looked up. He saw a fire spirit that looked like a lion. To be exact, it was a fire spirit with a strange lion form. Perched on top of a fiery stone pillar, the little lion curiously stared at Yang Chen, acting like a spoiled little cat. You have some guts, kid. Daring to trespass in my territory. What do you want? A fire spirit. Yang Chen was incredulous. This was the first fire creature he had seen since entering this place. Of course, except for 8. Could it be some strange thing transformed? Yang Chen locked his spiritual sense onto the little lion. With his soul eye activated, he saw that it really was a fire spirit. However, it was much weaker than its form on the stone pillar. This is really strange. Did old man Dongsher raise this thing? After a pause, Yang Chen asked the little lion, how did you get here? The little lion rolled its eyes, as if it had encountered an idiot. Little brat, get out of here. This is my territory. You're not afraid of death, are you? You actually dare to question this king. Get lost. I want to sleep. Otherwise, he'll get angry. Such a big temper. But almost all demon beasts had bad tempers. Activating his soul eye again, Yang Chen was surprised. He couldn't see through the other party's cultivation. What surprised him more was the powerful aura emanating from the little lion. It was comparable to a powerful spirit cultivator. Its aura was like a hidden master, unpredictable. The old man couldn't help but laugh. Master, didn't you notice that something is wrong with that little lion? Yang Chen knew that the old man meant something by his words, so he quickly asked, Old man, what did you see? Ha, the old man laughed. Master, this guy is a spirit. Can you believe it? What? A spirit. How could it be? His soul eye clearly showed that its true form was a little lion. It could not be a spirit. Spirits were a mass of spiritual energy. Seeing Yang Chen's confused face, the old man explained, Master, not all spirits are formed from spiritual energy. There are some special spirits that are not. What are they? Yang Chen asked. They are mountain spirits. Mountain spirits. Yang Chen was even more confused. What are those? Master, everything has a spirit. But for a spirit to form a physical body is extremely difficult. The mountains and rivers have spirits. Over time, those spirits might encounter great opportunities that enable them to form a physical body. Then, there are mountain spirits, forest spirits, and lake spirits. The old man's tone became serious. Those mountain and river spirits have great limitations. It is difficult for them to break free from those limitations, but they are treasures, extremely precious treasures, and the most important ingredient for refining spirit energy. Master, the spirit energy you have is very special. Its spirit can't be absorbed directly. It can only be used to nourish those mountain, river, and lake spirits. Only by incorporating them into the spirit energy can you create true spirit energy. Yang Chen, who had little experience in refining spirits, was enlightened by the old man's explanation. It turned out that the spirit energy was so important for refining spirits. Without a powerful spirit energy, no matter how deep your spiritual cultivation was, you couldn't refine good spirit energy. The old man then said with excitement, Master, if I'm not mistaken, that little lion is a volcano spirit. Didn't you get old man Donshi's high-grade spirit energy? If you can subdue that little lion, you'll be rich. A complete high-grade spirit energy is invaluable. Yang Chen was also excited. Old man, this little lion was obviously subdued by old man Dongsher and placed here. How can I subdue him? The old man was stumped. Mountain spirits are very proud. How to subdue them is up to you. Helpless, Yang Chen looked at the little lion on the stone pillar. It was a difficult task. This guy was different from 8. Subduing him wouldn't be easy. There were 2 ways to subdue him. Force or persuasion. Yang Chen would not try to force him with his current cultivation. Even if he could subdue him, getting him to submit was impossible. The most effective way is to reason with him. But how should I start? Hey, little brat. Are you dumb? If you don't leave, he'll get angry. Don't say I didn't warn you. The consequences are serious. Yang Chen was even more annoyed at the little lion's arrogant attitude. He said helplessly, Little lion, I'm here to seek the legacy of old man Dongsher. Before Yang Chen could finish speaking, the little lion exploded with flames. It instantly became enraged. Little brat, who are you trying to fool? Don't mention that old bastard in front of me. He's already dead. What kind of legacy? The words carved on the walls of the hall were neither words nor pictures. It was as if a drunkard had scribbled on the wall, and these maps didn't contain any energy. They weren't formations either. After careful investigation, Yang Chen realized that there was nothing special in the hall other than the maps on the walls. Yang Chen arrived before one of the wall paintings and was shocked. He couldn't believe it. The seemingly simple wall painting actually contained a pill formula. After a little study, he discovered something. He understood 3 words. Gui Yuan Dan. Suddenly, an absurd idea popped into Yang Chen's mind. Could the wall painting contain a pill formula? Excited, Yang Chen began to study the wall painting carefully. But soon, Yang Chen discovered that the more he studied, the more mysterious it became. After half an hour, he only understood 1 ingredient and it wasn't even accurate. But the Gui Yuan Dan was indeed magical. It could enhance the strength of true energy. Currently, in the 9 provinces, there was no such pill. All spirit realm cultivators had to refine spiritual essence to increase their cultivation and true energy. But where could he find any spiritual essence? If I could obtain the complete Gui Yuan Dan formula and successfully refine it, I would be rich. Thinking of this, Yang Chen became excited. He activated his black hole seed and entered a state of comprehension. Gui Yuan Dan, a divine pill that can enhance true energy. Ingredients: star grass, oil cotton grass, 12 great winter seeds. The complete pill formula was very complex. Only by successfully refining the 12 divine pills could he break the pill formation at the exit. Yang Chen, who had just exited the comprehension state, was stunned. He didn't notice that the wall painting had disappeared and a small jade slip was floating before him. His mind was filled with thoughts of pill formations. He had heard of them before, from Urshiji at the Fire Mountain. Pill formations were not a type of energy, but something far more terrifying. It was a very dangerous and unknown formation. The only way to break it was to refine specific pills and use their power to break the formation. Pill formations didn't have any eyes unless you were powerful enough to surpass the formation master. Who knew what level old man Dongsher had reached? He was at least a spirit realm cultivator. Forcing his way through wouldn't work. The only way was to refine the pills to break the formation, but this was a divine pill formula. Where could he find the ingredients? How could he possibly refine it? Yang Chen was stumped. He had been tricked. If he couldn't break the pill formation by refining the pills, he would have to cultivate here until he reached at least the spirit realm. This was a huge problem. This pill was at the divine level. He hadn't been studying pill refining for long. Even if he improved rapidly, it was good enough if he could refine some pre-heaven grade pills. Yang Chen looked pitiful. After a while, Yang Chen finally regained his senses. He put away the jade slip and sent his consciousness into it. Inside were the ingredients for the Gui Yuan Dan. Not too many, not too few. Forget it for now. He'll study the remaining 11 wall paintings and get all the pill formulas and ingredients. Without hesitating, Yang Chen moved to the second wall painting and activated his black hole seed, entering the comprehension state. Lula Dan, Jin Di Dan, Di Han Dan, Wang Ming Shou Dan, Hu Han Dan, Sanwen Zheng Han Dan, Zixian Chu Wei Dan, Xingji Prajang Dan, Nian Shui Dan, Yin Yang Zheng Ti Dan, and Idao Sheng Huan Dan. In just 3 days, Yang Chen memorized the remaining 11 divine pill formulas and obtained the corresponding 11 jade slips. Sitting cross-legged on the ground, Yang Chen summoned the fire spirit cauldron and woke up 8, who was still sleeping after being tricked by the old man. The idiot actually believed the lie that sleeping could increase his spiritual essence. Yang Chen was speechless. Master Yang Chen, why did you wake me? Yang Chen said angrily, 8, just call me master. Don't add my name, okay? 8 said seriously, no, Master Yang Chen. My master is old man Dongsher. Although he is gone, he was still my master. Yang Chen wanted to slap himself. It was a waste of time to try and reason with the idiot. Without further ado, Yang Chen got straight to the point. 8, can you refine divine level pills? Master Yang Chen, how can you say that? 8 looked at him, shocked. He said seriously, refining pills requires a gradual process. You are only at the king level, and you can only refine simple pre-heaven level pills. How can you think of refining divine level pills? No. That's not the right way of thinking. Impatience is the biggest taboo when refining pills. 8, who was like a nagging old man, made Yang Chen roll his eyes. But to leave this hellish place, Yang Chen had to endure it. He asked patiently, 8, stop. Do you know old man Dongshi's 12 divine pills? You know, like Gui Yuan Dan and Luo Le Dan. Of course, I know. 8 said proudly. Those 12 divine pills were old man Dongshi's greatest achievement, but those 12 pills are very difficult to refine. There are some crucial secrets, but I know them all. Take the Gui Yuan Dan for example. 8 could go on forever once he started talking about pills. This time, Yang Chen didn't interrupt. He listened carefully and memorized all the secrets of refining the 12 divine pills. Even though he knew all the secrets, he still couldn't refine the pills with his current skill and the limited ingredients. The ingredients were not enough. 8, if I give you these divine pill ingredients, can you refine them? After waiting patiently for 8 to stop talking, Yang Chen finally asked, I don't know how to refine pills. 8 said after thinking for a while. Master, even though I'm a fire spirit suited for pill refining, I can only assist you in refining pills. Damn it! Helpless, Yang Chen took out a large pile of ingredients, planning to increase his pill refinement skills by refining a large number of pre-heaven level pills. Perhaps once he reached a certain level, he could try refining the Gui Yuan Dan. Even though 8 was talkative, with his guidance, Yang Chen's pill refinement skills improved rapidly. Fortunately, before coming to this place, Yang Chen had prepared plenty of ingredients. With more and more difficult pre-heaven level pills refined, Yang Chen's pill refinement skills improved daily. He devoted all his energy to refining pills. He seemed to have forgotten time, forgotten that he was trapped in this empty hall, and forgotten about the Dong Huang peach growing in the stone sea. Little brat. Just as Yang Chen had refined a soul heaven pill, he suddenly heard a familiar voice. Yang Chen was startled. Damn it! A little brat is actually sitting on top of me. The figure with crossed legs was emanating flames. Stop looking so surprised. Little guy, you're finally awake. Before Yang Chen could speak, the little figure exploded with power, causing Yang Chen's dantian to shake violently. What did you call this, master? You better listen carefully. I have a name. It's Dong Huang. All right. That's a powerful name. From now on, I'll call you Dong Huang, master. Yang Chen was dumbfounded. What was this invitation? It even gave itself a name. He forgot that this thing was a spirit cultivator. The chi spirit of the Eastern Emperor Cauldron was just his essence. Although Yang Chen was happy that the other party could awaken, such a haughty attitude was unacceptable. One it was enough to deal with, and now another troublemaker. His inner world would be lively. After pondering for a moment, Yang Chen said, Eastern Emperor is a good name. You'll be called Eastern Emperor from now on, but aren't you being a bit too arrogant? Let's be clear. If you hadn't met me, you wouldn't have become a spirit cultivator. You would have been gone. So, as your master, I not only saved your life but also gave you a new one. The little fire spirit, Eastern Emperor, was taken aback. Without giving the little guy a chance to retort, Yang Chen continued, since you've entered my inner world, you should know that I can suppress you at any time. I don't want to waste too much effort on dealing with an unruly troublemaker. Damn you. The little fire spirit, Eastern Emperor, was enraged. Teach him a lesson. Yang Chen was too lazy to argue with it. Dealing with such a cocky guy required a bit of harshness. Ott's life force instantly locked onto the arrogant little fire spirit, Eastern Emperor, and activated his soul-devouring power. Damn it! Eastern Emperor was horrified to discover his source energy was rapidly flowing away, and inexplicably so. This isn't good. Master, help me. What is this technique? Stop. Stop it. Ha! Yang Chen snorted, and only then did it stop. Witnessing all of this, At was terrified. This master is too ruthless. Too ruthless. Seeing the humbled little fire spirit, Yang Chen laughed. From now on, behave yourself and cultivate diligently. Also, try to refine the qi. You'll be responsible for refining qi in the future. Refine the Eastern Emperor Cauldron. With a yes, the little fire spirit, Eastern Emperor, vanished and obediently returned to the space inside the Eastern Emperor Cauldron. Then, Yang Chen thought about his current situation. He was trapped in this vast, empty hall. He asked, what if I start refining origin pills and the other 12 god-level pills now? What's the success rate? At paused before replying, Master, are you serious? Nonsense. Of course, I'm serious. At then stated solemnly, of the 12 god-level pills, the origin pill is the simplest, but even with that, Master's success rate is less than. What? Yang Chen gasped. Does that mean that even with 100 portions of ingredients, I might not be able to refine one successfully? He had been so full of confidence, but now he realized the huge gap in his abilities. He sighed, let's keep practicing then. Time passed quickly. A month had already gone by since Yang Chen had entered the hall. With my current pill refinement skills, what's the success rate for refining origin pills? Who had become much less talkative, assessed carefully before cautiously saying, Master should have about a chance now. It's still a struggle, but there's hope. Yang Chen sighed. It's still not enough. But he couldn't keep refining pills at the innate stage now, because his medicinal ingredients were almost gone. Should he gamble on luck? Just when Yang Chen was feeling lost, It spoke again, Master, if I use my full power, your success rate can be increased by a little more than double. Oh, really? Yang Chen was pleasantly surprised. If had used his full power, wouldn't his success rate for refining origin pills reach? That's a 1 in 5 chance. Okay. Finally, Yang Chen exhaled, took out the ingredients for the origin pills, carefully reviewed the refining points, and began to put the first portion of ingredients into the Eastern Emperor Cauldron. He focused his mind and began to condense the medicinal liquid. To Yang Chen's surprise, after the first try failed, his second try was a success. Perhaps it was due to good luck, Yang Chen's confidence soared. He took out the remaining 8 portions of ingredients, planning to continue refining. Soon, Yang Chen succeeded in refining 2 origin pills with 8 portions of ingredients. Including the one before, he had a total of 3 successfully refined pills. A success rate was better than Ed had expected. Of course, this was all thanks to Ott's full support. Next, he would start refining the more difficult Moluo pills. Moluo pills were a god-level pill at the innate stage, and extremely rare. It was also the only pill among the 12 god-level pills of the old man Dongshi used for detoxification. The success rate for Moluo pills was acceptable. Yang Chen consecutively refined Qingbi pills, dispersing soul pills, and Huangming slim pills. His pill refinement skills were improving rapidly. The remaining god-level pills were all successfully refined. Of course, there were also dangerous moments. Even with Ot's full power, all the attempts to refine the Nieshui pills failed. Fortunately, the final attempt was successful. After this, things were simple. Yang Chen took out the pills one by one and began refining them, controlling their power and infusing them into the stone gate. After the power of the 12th pill was infused into the stone gate, the seal on the stone door was finally forced open. But something strange happened. As soon as he left the stone gate, Yang Chen felt a clear spatial fluctuation and was horrified to find the hall had vanished. In front of him was a vast, empty wasteland. He was sure that the empty hall from before was definitely not an illusion. It wasn't even a phantom. It was a very ordinary hall. How could it just disappear like that? Someone else. There had to be someone else in this secret realm besides himself. And their cultivation had to be at least at the god level. Otherwise, it was impossible for them to take away the hall just as he had stepped out of it. Thinking of this, Yang Chen's heart turned cold. Why would the other party do this? To simply scare him. That seemed unlikely, but if the other party had hostile intentions, they could have attacked him directly. Yang Chen began to sense a conspiracy in the air. Just as Yang Chen was in the midst of his chaotic thoughts, another strong spatial fluctuation appeared in front of him. From the void, a black hole suddenly materialized. It landed in front of Yang Chen, blocking his path. What's going on? Yang Chen was even more confused. Where did this hall come from? And it was completely different from the one that had disappeared earlier. Moreover, this black hole gave Yang Chen a very dangerous feeling. The gate was tightly shut, with clear rune fluctuations emanating from it. In an instant, Yang Chen thought of a legacy. Could this black hole, which seemed terrifying, contain the legacy of Mr. Dongshi? That must be it. Immediately, Yang Chen cautiously approached the black hole, activating his silent stealth. He was horrified to discover that the door of the hall was inscribed with a terrifying killing array, one that he recognized. The 7 severing death array. Moreover, he could clearly sense that the 7 severing death array on the door of the hall was much more terrifying than the ones he had encountered in the desert. Fortunately, Yang Chen, who was familiar with the 7 severing death array, didn't need to touch it to break it. He silently activated his spirit sense and focused on an array eye on the door, using his space concealment technique. Easily, he broke an array eye of the 7 severing death array. Continue. Yang Chen continued to break the array using space concealment, and easily dismantled the entire 7 severing death array on the door of the hall. With a rumble, the hall door opened. To be cautious, Yang Chen didn't immediately enter the hall. Instead, he released his spirit sense to probe the interior. But what he did not expect was, his spirit sense was cut off as soon as it crossed the open door of the hall. Instantly, Yang Chen realized that the interior must hold a powerful spirit sense. It was indeed the legacy of Mr. Dongshi. Without hesitation, Yang Chen rushed into the hall. Whoosh! As soon as Yang Chen entered the hall door suddenly closed. At the same time, a terrifying and extreme sense of crisis enveloped him. Not good. Yang Chen instinctively sensed that something was wrong and immediately unleashed the Kuei Xing hand. But his self-defense move was instantly broken, crushed by an invisible, mysterious power. What? Yang Chen realized he couldn't move. He was completely immobilized. He was trapped by an invisible yet powerful spatial force. From all directions, countless silver threads locked onto him and started to wrap around him. In the blink of an eye, Yang Chen was wrapped in these silver threads, completely bound. Yang Chen knew he had been tricked, but who had tricked him and why? However, before Yang Chen could speculate, something even more terrifying happened. His inner world began to shake inexplicably, and his spirit sense and soul power were drawn out from his inner world by an irresistible force, and they were being absorbed by the silver threads surrounding him. Trouble. This is real trouble. If he couldn't find a way to break free, he would surely die. Master! Rong Lao exclaimed in horror, this is a soul annihilating formation. Yang Chen had never heard of a soul annihilating formation before, but just from the name, he knew it was terrifying. He shouted, Rong Lao, quickly think of a way to break it. Yang Chen felt helpless. This soul annihilating formation was completely suppressing him. Usually, no matter how powerful the formation was, he could use his spirit sense to find the formation core and then break it. But his space concealment technique required his spirit sense, and he couldn't use his spirit sense now. He had tried earlier, but as soon as he tried to use his spirit sense, the spirit sense within his inner world would surge out like a flood and be devoured by the eerie silver threads. He could only barely stabilize his inner world and his spirit sense now, slowing down the rate at which they were being drained. Rong Lao sighed helplessly, "Master, we've encountered an incredibly terrifying opponent. Their cultivation level might have reached the God Emperor realm." "What?" Yang Chen almost fainted. "Are you kidding me? How could there be such a terrifying existence in this realm?" The God Dao realm was divided into 4 stages. God Spirit realm, God King realm, God Emperor realm, and God Venerable realm. The God Emperor realm was the so-called Great Emperor in legends. A God Emperor, that was an existence that stood at the top of the entire Sky Book continent, not to mention his small world. Why would such a terrifying and powerful being be hiding in this secret realm, targeting a mere cultivator who had just awakened his 5 souls? Did it make sense? No wonder even Rong Lao's powerful Kuei Xing hand was instantly broken, and no wonder he was trapped so tightly by the terrifying spatial force. This time, I'm truly finished. No one can save me. It's a pity that I didn't get to marry Lingxi yet. It's a pity that I haven't found my teacher's tomb, my parents, and my siblings yet. Yang Chen felt his hopes turn to ashes. Rong Lao didn't give up. "Master, this secret realm must be a trap they laid out long ago. Logically, a top powerhouse at the God Emperor level wouldn't bother with all of this. There must be some kind of restriction. You need to provoke them to reveal themselves." "Right." After Rong Lao's analysis, Yang Chen felt that it made sense. If the opponent was that powerful, they could kill everyone in this realm. Why go through all this trouble to set a trap in this secret realm? Who are you? Who are you? Come out. Come out now. Yang Chen pretended to be terrified and started screaming hysterically. He. In a series of chilling chuckles, a figure shrouded in eerie light suddenly appeared. "Don't bother struggling. I've been waiting for thousands of years. Never thought I'd find such a fine specimen. Your body is quite suitable." The silver wolf exuded an extremely terrifying aura that made Yang Chen nearly suffocate. "Rong Lao, what is that?" "A demon beast." Yang Chen was certain that even the most powerful demon beasts in legends weren't this terrifying. Rong Lao was dumbfounded. In an almost unbelievable tone, he said, "This is impossible. What is it?" Yang Chen quickly asked. Rong Lao said in a trembling voice, "It's a giant demon warrior." A giant demon warrior. Yang Chen suddenly understood. In the legacy he had received in the South Pole Fire Seed, while becoming an Order Guardian, he had received many strange bits of information. Among them was the giant demon warrior. This terrifying silver giant wolf was indeed a demon beast. Moreover, it was a very special type of demon beast, a terrifying void demon beast born from the endless void. But the endless void was the territory of the chaotic demons. Some chaotic demons possessed powerful mind control abilities and enslaved void demon beasts as their guards, among which the chaotic giant demons were the most powerful. Hence, void demon beasts enslaved by chaotic demons were called giant demon warriors. Although he knew that the opponent was a terrifying giant demon warrior, Yang Chen really didn't have any good way to deal with him. He had the power of the non-li original fire to restrain chaotic demons, but the opponent was not a chaotic demon. "Did you kill Mr. Dongshi?" Yang Chen finally understood why the mysterious and powerful Mr. Dongshi had suddenly disappeared thousands of years ago. "Dongshi." The silver wolf chuckled, and his voice shifted and he transformed into a handsome middle-aged human. His eyes were deep and sharp, exuding a majestic and oppressive aura. Seeing Yang Chen's stunned expression, the giant demon warrior sneered, "I am Mr. Dongshi." Surprised, forcing down his shock, Yang Chen asked, "With your powerful strength, why are you hiding here? And why set such a trap for a mere cultivator at the King realm?" "Ha ha ha." The giant demon warrior laughed wildly and pointed at Yang Chen, "You human ants. Your sky book world is just a minor world, but there is something mysterious about it. Before I complete my mission, I didn't intend to kill you natives. Unfortunately, some of you are too stubborn and forced my hand. I needed a suitable human to take this form. Coincidentally, before I complete my mission, I won't be leaving your sky book world." The giant demon warrior made no attempt to hide his identity. In his eyes, Yang Chen wasn't even worthy of being considered an ant. The word mission made Yang Chen feel an ominous premonition. If he wasn't mistaken, some powerful chaotic demons were targeting the Skybook world, but none of that mattered now. Although he was a guardian of order with a mission, he was having trouble even protecting himself at the moment. Rong Lao felt helpless. It had been so hard to find a promising master, and he hadn't even had a chance to grow up yet. Was he going to die again? If Yang Chen died, he definitely wouldn't be able to escape. The opponent was a notorious giant demon warrior. What should he do? Master, you only have one chance. After thinking it over, Rong Lao realized that there was indeed one possible opportunity. What chance? Yang Chen was incredibly excited, like a drowning man clutching at a straw. Your primordial heavenly dragon disc. Rong Lao said very seriously, Master, against such a formidable creature, there's no hope with your current cultivation level. You can only use your primordial heavenly dragon disc. And under these circumstances, you might even have to self-destruct the primordial heavenly dragon disc. Yang Chen gasped. If he self-destructed the primordial heavenly dragon disc, would he even survive? Not only that, this secret realm, and perhaps even the entire Kyushu continent, would be completely destroyed. What about self-destructing artifacts? Yang Chen was even considering the Star Tower, the Eastern Emperor Cauldron, and the Nunli Fire Seed. They are definitely not enough. With a sigh, Yang Chen felt helpless. Well, if I'm going to die, then so be it. In that decisive moment, Yang Chen activated the primordial heavenly dragon disc within his inner world. Poof! While striking the giant demon general, Yang Chen's Dutian divine dragon disc rapidly expanded. Seeing the Dutian divine dragon disc, the giant demon general's face was filled with ecstasy. An innate spirit treasure. The giant demon general, laughing wildly, couldn't believe his luck. He had just received an innate spirit treasure for free. Whoosh! The giant demon general reached out to grab the Dutian divine dragon disc. Go! Yang Chen yelled, desperately trying to control the Dutian divine dragon disc, unleashing lightning snakes. Countless lightning snakes instantly wrapped the giant demon general, who had taken on a human form. With a resounding crash, Yang Chen realized that the invisible spatial power around him had disappeared. Not only that, even the countless layers of rules and laws that had been binding him were breaking down. Damn it! Yang Chen went crazy. He desperately channeled the Dutian divine dragon disc, unleashing spatial lightning that enveloped the giant demon general. No! How is this possible? How can there be spatial lightning? Amidst the screams of the giant demon general, the silver wolf was revealed again. But the silver wolf's aura was rapidly declining, and its size was shrinking. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Yang Chen didn't care about anything else. He continued to unleash lightning from the Dutian spatial lightning, like a storm, engulfing the rapidly shrinking giant demon general. Not even Yang Chen or Elder Rong could have imagined that Dutian spatial lightning would possess such terrifying power, capable of suppressing or even annihilating the giant demon general. This was a true earth-shattering level power. It was incredible. Yang Chen, along with Elder Rong, had no idea what Dutian spatial lightning truly meant. Whoosh! The entire hall collapsed, scattering debris everywhere. Enveloped by layers upon layers of Dutian spatial lightning, the giant demon general shrunk down to the size of a fist. With a final scream, the giant demon general completely disappeared without a trace. Dutian spatial lightning is this strong? Yang Chen was utterly stunned. Elder Rong was also shocked beyond belief. Although he had followed many masters and explored the endless void, he was only privy to a very small part of its mysteries. In the endless void, if the chaotic demon beasts were considered fierce, then Dutian spatial lightning was the bane of all void creatures. Boom, 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 boom. Yang Chen realized that the entire secret realm space had begun to shake violently. An unknown, powerful force was wreaking havoc. Master, quick! We have to leave. This secret realm is about to collapse. Elder Rong warned urgently. Yang Chen hastily retrieved the Dutian divine dragon disc. Damn it, Elder Rong, we can't get out in such a short amount of time. The secret realm map was covered with terrifying restrictions. Even if they followed the map, it would still take them months to escape. It's too late. Even with my fastest speed, this secret realm will only last 3 days, Elder Rong exclaimed. If we don't get out in 3 days, we'll be trapped in the spatial turbulence, flying in a restricted space. Elder Rong, are you crazy? That's the same as suicide. Seeing Yang Chen's lack of action, Elder Rong became anxious. Master, hurry. With the giant demon general's death, most of the competitors should be out of the picture. And now that the secret realm is collapsing and the space is unstable, it's too late if we don't leave. Swoosh! Yang Chen took to the air, flying rapidly along the secret realm map. He didn't encounter any obstacles along the way. At the same time, Yingzhen, Yanshi, Hong Sidi, and Xiang Han, who had been trapped inside the fruit for months, also felt the collapse of the secret realm and panicked. Fortunately, the exit of the secret realm was behind them, so there was no immediate danger. After carefully sensing his surroundings, a look of disbelief came over Yingzhen's face. How is this possible? Is this secret realm really collapsing? Damn it! Yanshi cursed, his face dark. We shouldn't have chosen the fourth path. Now look what happened. We prepared for so long, finally got in, and now the secret realm is collapsing. Huang Side, his face equally dark, said coldly, let's talk after we get out. Ingjin, Xiang Han said angrily. I knew nothing good would come from cooperating with you. Ingjin, furious, watched as Yanshi and the others entered the teleportation gate. He unwillingly glared at the collapsing secret realm before turning to leave. Outside the secret realm, Ingjin was filled with confusion and disbelief. It doesn't make sense. The space of this secret realm is so stable, how could it suddenly collapse? After climbing up the cave to the surface, Ingjin shouted, someone went in after us. Look, the boulder I personally placed at the entrance is shattered. What? Yanshi and the others looked at each other. Had they wasted their time for nothing? Xiang Han looked at Ingjin with suspicion. Ingjin, did you leak the information about this place to anyone? Leak it to whom? Ingjin was also confused. What do you mean leak it to whom? Only the four of us know about this. I can swear on it. Sensing that Ingjin's words were not false, Yanshi became suspicious. Then, who could it be? Ingjin, his eyes fixed on the passage, declared, let's stay here and wait. That person must have triggered some terrifying thing in the secret realm, causing it to collapse. They must still be inside. I want to see who that bastard is. Meanwhile, in the secret realm, Yang Chen was flying at an incredible speed. After more than 2 days, he finally reached the exit. When Yang Chen passed through the teleportation gate and arrived at the underground cave, he found that the cave was shaking violently and was about to collapse. Just as Yang Chen was about to rush towards the exit, Elder Rong warned him, Master, Ingjin and the others are guarding the exit. We should hide for now. Ingjin. Yang Chen remembered that he had come here with Ingjin and the others. It was clear that Ingjin and the others had discovered something. They must be waiting outside. Even if he used his stealth techniques, it wouldn't be safe. After all, the difference in cultivation was too great. If they were carefully monitoring, even Yang Chen's stealth techniques would produce slight energy fluctuations.